Hello. What's up, all you beautiful people out there? We got another Sunday evening, another chill Sunday for you guys. And here we go. Here's my sharing section. Episode 45, you guys. 45 and still alive. Still alive. My plants are still alive, getting better, learning things. This is a show where you guys get to see somebody doing this stuff for the first time, learning all this stuff, trying to push the envelope, trying to show you guys that you can also try and do it. You got to start somewhere, and the starting place isn't always pretty. But yeah, we got episode 45 for the Indoor Farmer. We're streaming to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. We might be changing some of that up, but or maybe just adding some more. So we'll see. But it gets to be a little tedious. So that's also part of this journey that you guys are coming along with me on, the journey of putting this stuff out there as content. It may not be the most exciting content, but to me, it's something worth injecting into the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? Hello, guys. Hello, Mill. Hello, Kat. Thanks, everybody for stopping through. Appreciate all those reacts and all the shares and anything you guys want to do for me. Appreciate it. But yeah, today it was kind of rough. I was like, well, what should I talk about? Because a lot of my stuff is sort of in this zone. I call it the median, or the sweet spot, where everything's sort of just doing its thing. Everything's growing, everything's good. I'm sort of waiting on certain things to get bigger, or uh, fruit, I guess, or things to go through their cycle. So, but I did get plenty of footage actually today. So let me pull that up real quick. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody out there having any growing struggles? Any just frustrations with their grow? Let's see, where is that video? I just made it. That's strange. Okay, where'd you go, video? I know you're in here somewhere. Anyway, while I find it, that doesn't seem very helpful here, you guys. Yeah, no, I just put it together today, so it should be in here. I know where I put it. It's very strange. My computer's playing tricks on me here. Oh, there it is. Goodness gracious, I found it. Here we are. Let me pause this real quick. Wow. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. What do you guys think about this view here? You can still see a little bit of me. I'm actually going to give us a little bit of background music too today. I'm going to try that out real low, like see how low I can go. Kind of low. Let's go. About this. Nope, not that. Yeah, this is, there we go, just a little. There we go. Even if that's just audible to me, it keeps me moving a little bit. So yeah, so we got a few views here. I kind of like this view. You guys get to see the most here. Get back to these comments. All right, it's not a long episode. I have plenty of footage, half an hour or so, which is plenty. Yeah, appreciate that, Facebook user. Smash them shares. Oh, that's Trent, I'm sure. Thank you, Trent. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, everybody. Appreciate all your love. I topped my apple tree. It had mold. Okay. How's it growing? Oh, Mike. What's up, Mike? For some reason it was Mill and then Mike and then Mill. Still was reading Miss Millie's name. Making spaghetti for the kids. That's awesome. I love spaghetti. That's a good level. I like the intro. Thanks, Mike. Thank you very much. Let's just get moving on this video here. So actually, real quick before I start, you guys can see a couple things here. I'm using a piece of siding. I finished that project last week, and it's actually still working out pretty good. That piece of siding is kind of just floating up over some water instead of having to fill the bed with anything. It's just got water in it. I like it. Hi, Macy. How you doing? So these are some cannabis. You could call them clones because they're cloning, but they were just clippings I took off and then stuck them in there. Look at that bad boy. Look at those roots. It's aquaponics, man. Look at that. That is sweet. Just by sticking that stem in there. I didn't do anything else. I'm not sure that I recommend that because, you know, a lot of people get upset if they don't get great turnaround on their clones, but yeah, I mean, I trim so much off my plants that I feel like I would never run out of clones. I don't even have enough room for all of them, so I just, you know, I kept a few. You see that handful there. Let me turn this volume down. All right. So yeah, it took me a while to get the holes cut in those. I don't think I have I didn't use the right knife to cut those holes, but that's okay. So yeah, there's a couple left in there that don't seem to want to root fully, but I went ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the water system instead of the clay rocks. This video was a little bit wonky because I was holding the camera the whole time, but yeah, I put that one up in there, and I sort of spread them all out instead of having them sitting in that clay. I didn't realize I moved the camera, but hey, I had to hold it, man. I need to get one of those gyroscope things. There's no way to click a link, by the way, man. No link. What link? What do you mean? This isn't Friday, brother. This is The Indoor Farmer, episode number 45, everybody. No link to come up tonight, unless you want to talk about farming. You got something to show me. Yep, this is not a chill smoke sesh. This is a informative, showing you guys where I'm at, what I'm learning right now. You know, this lettuce that was accidentally grown. It was literally, I pulled the old lettuce out of the back grow bed, and all these seeds kind of fell off. And because I'm Facebook, follow on this, not my name. Can't show you my name, that link. Oh, yeah, I don't get that link either. Beards and Buds, their show, for some reason I'm always Facebook user no matter what. What they were saying is, let me pause this real quick. This is good stuff, man. These peppers, man. There's just, look at all these peppers there. Anyway, they say you go to Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook, and it should give you a prompt to give you permission to do this, and for some reason it doesn't for me. But if you go to YouTube or Twitch, you can put your name up there if that's important to you. I do appreciate either way there, Trent. Appreciate you. StreamYard link to grant permission for them to see your name and picture. Yeah, I can't put that link out in any way. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how to fix it. I just know that it's either in your Facebook settings, which is what they're telling me about my settings, and I haven't found where that is, or you have to go give StreamYard your permission. So one of those two things, but it's all good. Anyway, back to these awesome peppers. Dude, they're so heavy. They're weighing down. That whole branch is just falling over. But I don't want to pick them yet because they're not very big. Like those bottom two look pretty decent. Couple of nards there. Where my link? Well, I don't know, brother. I'm not sure how to do that. Yeah, I'm really sad though about these peppers, you guys. There's a lot of nice peppers, but My praying mantis disappeared. He appeared out of nowhere and then disappeared. Look at that mustard, man. That mustard's coming back. It was dead, and I just like fed it some good water. That's all I had to do. Got those outdoor purple peppers. These are supposed to be rainbow peppers, but they're growing nothing but green. I had one red pepper. There's a clipping of one, but it didn't do much. There's my potatoes, the other half of the potato that I grew, and it's still got some green on it. So I'm gonna let that fully die down all the way back down, you know, where it's just looks dead, but it's still got some green. Gonna let it go. Let it go. All right, there's those are two potatoes, you guys. One of them that just went like 3 feet up in the air. No, more than that. That thing's like 4 feet long. And the other one that's just stayed right here. I'm gonna see if I can grow a potato in these. Now I have bigger containers, but I wasn't really that worried about it. I'm learning. It's a learning process, everybody. It's a learning process. And here's a succulent that I transplanted. She's looking great. Just a house plant, I guess, is what I'm told. Here's a pepper, or not a pepper, what am I saying? Mint plant, you guys. I hear if you have a headache, you can chew on some mint. I do once in a while, just chew on some mint, but I can't tell you that it fixes my headache, but I know it's like medicinal. Here's another mustard plant, man. That thing is a mustard tree. That's the thing's just gonna keep getting taller. I don't know what to do about that. I don't think I can do much. Minty fresh cat. That's right. Look, here's my clean bill of health, you guys. It's not that bad. Got a few flyers in there, a couple of gnats. Like, it's really not that bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, so I'm finding out more and more that this grow bed is not that big. You know, I keep trying to add things to it. This thing I'm holding in my hand was just the top of a lettuce plant. I just took the top because it had started to make seed, and then I just stuck it in the water to see what happened, and it actually started rooting. We'll see what happens with that. But it does have like a seed pod on the top. Interesting. Yeah, just to mess around. Now I stuck it in there, see what I could do with it. Just sort of getting used to, there's a few things going on here. Like, you get used to yourself cutting plants and working with cuttings and learning how to get things to root and stuff like that. So it's all by feel mostly. I'm not trying to sit down and read a book about it, but maybe I should. I don't know. Just not there yet. I do a lot of hands-on research. Leave myself room for those mistakes, you know. Yeah, Cat AJ would love coming in here, seeing some of this, I'm sure, but he doesn't have to. Yeah, see, okay, I fixed that. Got that. Oh yeah, this here. Look at this bad boy. It was just a basil plant that I cut the top off of and stuck it in there. I didn't do anything else to it. Nothing else. I just stuck it in the in the water, and it went crazy. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's transplant this bad boy. And it was very hard to do with one hand while holding the phone, just so you guys know. And that plastic, oh, isn't that annoying? It just keeps flapping back in my way. Oh, it was so frustrating. But I ended up getting her done. The struggle trying to record this. One day I'll pay like a camera person. What's up, Elisa? Keep doing you and learning how to stay alive. At least you're trying. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sort of doing it wrong on purpose, I guess is one way to put it. Like, I'm just kind of winging it so that I can see, different things. I'm just sort of learning, like you said, learning like I'm learning. And I go look things up if I need to, if I really have an issue. Like with cannabis, I really don't want to be winging it on the cannabis. I am in some aspects kind of winging it there, but kind of using different nutrients, using different things, messing around with different stuff. But for the most part, I'm trying to stick to certain things that work, and So yeah, I just use some clay pebbles to fill that basket in. That keeps it standing up at least. That's all that really matters there. So you can see how things, as they start to fill in, it becomes, and this is something that bugs me about watching anybody's gardening show, any other show, including this one. If you're not somebody who grows or gardens or anything, when you're looking at that screen, you just see leaves and branches everywhere. You just see stuff, and you're like, well, how do you deal with this stuff? Well, I'm still learning, man. Like that big pepper plant's going crazy. I'm gonna have to prune it back, or find something of it that I can chop off. And I don't like that because I'm new, and I'm like, hey, it's this nice big pepper plant. I don't want to cut it apart. Look at this. This is the bottom half of that basil that I just transplanted, and it looks like it died. Maybe because it didn't have enough leaves. I didn't leave enough on the plant. I don't know. It's funny how the side that already had roots died, and the side that didn't have any roots just went crazy. It's very interesting how that works. But the side that had no roots had a lot more leaves. So I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can do with this too. Put it directly in the water instead of having it. See these clay pebbles? Like, this makes it almost impossible for you to go and transplant stuff out of those clay pebbles. There's different brands, but this is Hydroton, I think. So yeah, I was like, I don't want to throw it away. Let's see what happens. And so I'm going to stick it in that back grow bed. Okay, look, you can see how the water level is starting to rise there. So I decided I better, yeah. So now I'm like gonna, I don't know, wiggle around that mesh wiring there to try to clean it, or try to get some of the fish waste to unclog a little bit, because that water level was starting to get a little bit high, which means that those downspouts are clogged up a little bit. So that's one of the things about this, is like, no matter what system you have, there's going to be clog ups, there's going to be bottlenecks, there's going to be parts that you have to maintain, that you have to keep an eye on. And this one here is starting to open too much. This one's a little bit different than the other two. It was just a flat piece of mesh, and that's actually sunken in now from all the pressure. It's crazy. What's up, Joseph? Sometimes there are dead spots in your system. Yeah, that's why I took all those clones out of this corner over here, because I feel like it was kind of a dead spot. And also, somebody told me recently that I may not have enough food for the microbiology in the system. So what happens is, if there's not enough food, they can't convert stuff fast enough, and then the plants can actually start to absorb nutrients directly out of the fish waste, and then that will kill off more of the microbiology. So it's interesting. I need to find some way to add something back in there. What they told me was honey. You can add honey back in there a little bit, and that's going to give something for those microbial bacteria to feed on. I thought that was weird. I'm like, I thought the whole point was that they fed on the fish waste, and that was their food, but it's not necessarily everything. So that's what I'm finding out this week. Yeah, I do have some micronutrients, but I'm also interested in natural ways to add that. Honey is one way, but I got worms now, which we're going to talk about tonight. Show you guys some of that. The worms I can actually add in on this grow bed. Oh, hang on, let me pause this because this part's kind of important. But anyway, I can add the worms in there, and they will sort of lay half in and half out on top of those clay pebbles. They'll find some water and then just kind of lay in both half in and half out. And that will also add a whole nother layer of more nutrients and microbiology. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna this piece of pepper plant that I just cut off and stuck in there. It looks like it's starting to root. It doesn't really have any roots per se, but there's those little nubs. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in this water over here. I ended up finding a cube to use because one hand was difficult, but I might have done this too soon because that cutting there, it's already looking unhappy from the move. So I don't know. We'll find out. I wasn't that worried about it, but I was interested that it just, again, this one was going to root. It was going to clone without doing anything but just cutting a branch off and sticking it in that water. There's the only cube I have. Yeah, you're right, man. Sometimes two hands are needed, but I don't have two hands. I should have set up the camera, but then I'm just recording myself. So this is a little bit different view than I usually do, I guess. I don't know. It worked out. I like to sometimes, and I don't mean this in any sort of funny way, but imagine what would I do if I, lost one hand? Can I do this kind of thing? Can I continue working and stuff like that? So I feel like it's not a bad thing to try and do things like this sometimes or like trying to use your opposite hand for things, trying to become better, not ambidextrous necessarily, but it's a skill, it uses your other side of your brain. A rock wool grower for the state of Washington commercially. Oh, that's awesome, Joseph. I would be happy to do an interview with you. I want to start doing interviews on the show, do a segment at least, 10, 20 minutes, whatever it is. And dirt. And dirt. What's and dirt mean? Rock wool and dirt. I see. You mean soil? You mean outdoors? I'm guessing you mean outdoors. Yeah, I'm doing some soil, cannabis. I have soil, but I'm also doing some cocoa core and a little bit of clay pebbles mixed in there. Now that I have worms, I can add worms to my grow, so that's going to be great. Two mediums in hours. Okay. Yeah, I pulled this lettuce out by accident, so I thought I could transplant it, but I don't think it's not gonna live like this. I don't know why I thought this would be so special. So I got some herbs and some, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of parsley maybe back there. I didn't see Sam pop in. Did I miss something here? Yeah, I don't see. Well, Sam's is still in here. Hi, man. How you doing? Not seeing the yo anywhere. It's all good. Oh, there it is. It was okay. Fucked up my shoulder. Uh-oh. Can't be yanking on it that hard, man. We get it. I've been there. So the system, I think, is getting a little bit clogged too. Over time, I'm going to have to go ahead and take all this stuff out and clean it or, redo it. That whole back trough is going to be nice, though. It's just water, so I can pull plants out of it, no problems. I'm blocked. I can see you now. So that back PVC pipe is one method of grow. That back trough is a second method, and then that forward trough is a third method. So you have that PVC pipe where water is just running through there nonstop. So some plants like that. They want the roots to just nonstop run over there. And then other plants like this, what I'm doing now, and that's where they just sit in the water nonstop, like in a puddle. And then you have this grow bed up front, which is more like dirt, like the clay pebbles. That sort of acts like dirt. It's or you could call it a grow medium, is what it really is. You see that, you guys? Yeah, it's starting to spread open because of the clay pebbles and the suction. That's starting to rip open. Gonna have to fix that. That one's fine, but it does get clogged up. It's plumber's mesh or something like that. Oh, I know, Samo. Appreciate you hanging out, buddy. So here's my glowfish setup. I only have one fish that glows, but look at that big bitch right there. That fish should be pushing out some babies. Come on now. Or that one. Look at that one. Where's my babies at? Everyone says the guppies overbreed. I'm not getting that. I was hoping this thing would just be packed full of guppies, and then I'd have to scoop them out by the scoopful and feed them to like a turtle or like a crab or something, and have this whole other really cool like video segment. Cat wouldn't want to watch it, I know, but love the glowfish. Yeah, I only have one left. I had a pink one. Oh, let me pause this. Okay, guys, these are sweet potatoes. I think I'm gonna do sweet potatoes next, in their own pot separately. You see how that one is kind of shriveled up and drying? I took one like that already and I stuck it in with the worms. So I'm gonna show you guys the worms here in a little bit. Yeah, those things are just rooting out in the open, so I'm gonna have to give them a home, cut them up into pieces, and start growing sweet potatoes. Joseph says, my glowfish got old and stopped glowing. That's interesting. So here we go, you guys. Sam, you might know Level Up in East Peoria. Good guys. I went to high school with the guy who owns it, and he gave me, well, his employee who brought some lights in. They're not great lights. They're lights that are not efficient, but he gave me 4 of these lights, you guys. I needed some more lights. They didn't give me the cords. I had a few extra cords. So if anybody has another cord or 2 like this, I really need them. I need 2 more cords like this, like from computers or from a grow light would be great. I need 2 more. But anyway, so these lights are awesome for being free, you know. Like eventually the cost of their efficiency will outweigh their use, so I have to use them only temporarily until I get to the point where I can buy something better. Mark says I have a box. What does that mean? Free lights are great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So here's my big girl, you guys. What Samo say? Open and show. I can't see it. I thought I did. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. I wasn't looking. Yeah, I showed both sides of it, right? It's LED on the... Oh, okay, you got a whole box of those cords. Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Anyway, you get the gist. It's a square LED with the bloom. And this is what I was trying to show you guys, the table, because that's going to be my next big upgrade. Yeah, here's where the lights... I put lights in, Samo. Instead of 3 lights, I have 5 lights now back here over her. So I think I'm actually much more comfortable flowering this strawberry banana plant. Look at that. Look at that fan. I got that bad boy oscillating all the way back and forth. Hell yeah. Look at that. This goes all the way around. So yeah, there's my lights. They're not awesome lights. Yinatech or Yintahek. I don't know. I didn't see that. Cap says, yeah, can't go wrong with extra lighting that are free as long as they don't cost you too much in the long run. Yeah, they're going to cost me in the long run, but I need, you know, once I can get some funds, I'll replace all this stuff. But yeah, until then. So I have worms in here, you guys. I put worms in her bed. So they're out in there doing their thing. Hell yeah, worms. Warm on in there, girls. So yeah, she's already getting so filled in that I almost want to do another haircut. I think I'm just gonna flip it, man. I could cut off a few branches and keep a couple clones and keep her going, but yeah, I think I might just flip her. Here, hold on. Go look at the messages. Looking. I didn't see any pop up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing, but I'm not. There's nothing too interesting. Hang on a second. I don't know. I'll have to talk to you about that. I don't know. I don't know. Hang on. We'll just keep it going. I'm almost done here. This is my scrogged out tent. I'm gonna flip all these. Okay. Sorry, a little bit distracted. Yeah, Sam, I don't know. That was so impromptu, bro. It was so sudden. I was asleep on my couch. You got mad. I'm sorry. You popped in this morning. I thought maybe I'd hear about it this morning, but it's all good. Anyway, so I'm trying to get these spread out more. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it, I guess, later, guys. Anyway, so you see these, I don't know, they're looking fine, but I'm trying to let it fill out some more. All right, losing my audience here. That's okay, Joseph. Have a good day, man. Yeah, I definitely need to let them fill in a little bit more, and then I think we're good to go. Not flipped anything manually yet, so this will be my first real one. One thing about being on a public profile, guys, about anybody that wants to can come and see what I'm doing, including my troll if they end up making another another account. I'm more worried about you know, people. I guess there's a couple things on the page that can be affected by people without you know. And it's something I'm learning too. But with the Facebook, everybody's a little bit different on the, for some reason, settings, and they've got everybody set on different restrictions and things like that. It's weird. Hi, Julie. How are you today? Follow you to other lives. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, can they follow me to a private live if they're on if they're not on in the group? I don't think so. I can't even tag people if they're not in a private group if I'm on there. Doing good, Julie. That's good. It's going pretty good, Daniel, or Danny, sorry. Oh, I'm missing my video here. So this is the plant swap that I went to last week. I showed a little bit of it, but at the plant swap, it was very interesting. There was a woman here. In fact, let me come over here and show you guys her YouTube. I pulled it up once, I think maybe on just a hangout session at some point. What's up, Joe? I only need 2. I think someone already said they'd give me some. Let me pull this up here. Add to the stream. So this is the lady. I ended up finding out I forget her name, her first name. I do apologize, Miss Plant Obsessed. But Plant Obsessed, she's got quite a few subscribers. It's pretty cool. But I was surprised when she told me that. She's like, yeah, it's just a thing. That's not her job. She doesn't, monetize or anything. But she's got a whole lot of videos on vermiculture. So if you guys need any information on worms, vermiculture, night crawlers, red wigglers, all this stuff, it's pretty crazy how much of the stuff she goes over. And she was so nice. I didn't ask for anything. I just was talking to her about it, and eventually she ended up giving me the starter worm kit here. Starter worm farm. First, she gave me a whole sack of eggs, and then I was just hanging around longer, and I came back and I was filming some of it for my reels, and then she just gave me a whole starter kit. So here's a bin on the left is cocoa core, and the bin on the right is that's the worm castings after it's been sifted and dried, and it's almost like coffee grounds. I wouldn't recommend using it as coffee grounds, but yeah, so she was just showing like what the finished product is after you've actually got it processed. I'm interested in how to do all that, but so here's my worm bin now. So I stuck the bag of seeds seeds. Did I say seeds? Eggs in there, and I got some leaves. I got some cardboard. I got a sweet potato in there, trying to keep the top, moist. A little bit of moisture going on in there. I don't want to overfeed them. I don't know if that's possible. I guess not, because you could have like a compost pile and just, keep throwing compost in there. So yeah, that's cocoa core that's in there, and then they make their own little worm castings, which is that good. I'm gonna have a lot of worms when I get done here. Started a cocoa hydro. Interesting. See, I think you might have heard. Were we talking that one night about it being able to do that with the hydro? I think it'll work. You're gonna eventually get cocoa fibers that'll have to be that might clog up, but I think for a long time you won't. I mixed a lot of perlite in with the cocoa to make it drain fast, and fed them for 30 minutes 3 times a day. Okay. You mean with worms? I'm confused, Joe. Are you not talking about worms though? Are you just talking about cocoa hydro in general? You were just, oh. Anyway, I'm excited about the worms. I want to put them in the aquaponics system, but also have them in each weed pot, you know, each cannabis pot. Medicinal, legal medicinal pot, you guys. Legal. So I used cocoa and perlite and had a main res that I fed them from on timers. Yeah. So you're saying you didn't do this recently? Or it says you started on cocoa. I'm guessing so you didn't get away from aeroponics, did you? Oh, so that's a better picture of the lights. Samo's still in here. But right before that, I don't know if I sent this picture to Sam. Go back a little bit. Why isn't it? It's not changing. Okay, let's do this. There it goes. That's what I wanted. Goodness, didn't want to have to go back that far. It's okay. Yeah, I've messed with soil now. I've also seen a lot of people mix them, soil and cocoa. I'll pause it. Okay, it was after this. This is my, you know, jumbled up table full of products I'm using. So it gets confusing over time, you guys. Coming from a new grower, this is like, it starts to get overwhelming, but you start to remember what different things are, and things pop out at you. And but when I was really new and I'd walk up to this table, I'd be like, what the heck? I don't know any of this. So it's very daunting at first, you know. Cocoa won't mold normally. That's good. Oh, here's what I wanted to pause. This is the Nectar of the Gods. I went to the store and got a little starter, the small bottle of the 4 like simple ones, the ones from their simple kit or whatever it's called, the simple regiment. That's what Samo uses, so I'm going to use that too. Some LED lights. This is more pictures of those. I guess I forgot about the little video clip I took of it earlier, but it's okay. But yeah, 4 of them. I'm like, all right, bet. I'll use those for a while. Why not? So here's my outdoor stuff. That one's really taken off. I really like that one. That one's got worms in it too. I put some worms in there with the transplant. Hi Nicole, how are you? Yeah, those are big. Nine leaf, and these are getting pretty good size too. They were problem plants somebody gave me, and they're looking great now. Look at that leaf. I'm proud of those. That came from Mr. Corey. Thanks, Corey. That right there is just a clipping I took and stuck it in the dirt from another plant. I didn't even know rooting gel, no nothing. Just here you go. Boop. And it looks good. Although the leaves look a little deformed. That middle one is clearly an auto. I don't know how much longer it's going to go. I'm just showing you I topped it there, it looks like. But yeah, that middle one looks like it's done to me, but I don't know how long, honestly, how long I should be going on it. But you got to look at the trichomes, everyone says. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, those ones are they're going to produce. I mean, I don't know how great the bud is. I can't tell you what they are, but we'll see. I need to probably thin this one out maybe a little bit. See how it's kind of dark in there. Doesn't get a ton of penetration. Yeah, I might have to thin that out. I got them kind of stuck in the fence a little bit to keep them standing up from the wind. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I keep them watered, keep them. I'm using the fish water. I like it. A little red wagon of doom right there, you guys. Radio flyer. Yeah, those ones are nice. That middle one though, that's just gonna give me some practice. Practice like, harvesting and doing all the trimming and whatnot. Pretty. She had a little mold a while back, and I sprayed her down with the Pure Crop One. I can't get Lost Coast. I can get it, but it's not nearby. Oh, there we go. And now back to me, everybody. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna start doing some more bigger projects here soon when I can get that bigger grow bed going. It's gonna be fun during harvest time. If I can get, I'm thinking about doing something where I'm gonna invite people over and like a trimming party where you get to take home what you trim. I don't know. I'm throwing that idea around. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Episode 45 here. It's been great learning. I feel like the title says, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with plants in general. Just the all plants are different, but there is a general feeling that you get by looking at a plant, whether it's unhappy or whether it's needing something, it's discolored or whatever. And I'm starting to feel it. It's like that plant language of love. I don't know if I don't know why I had to add in of love, but I feel it. I feel that plant language. Pardon me. But yeah, there's 10 people here, so I love every one of you guys. I really appreciate everyone hanging out. If you haven't hit the like button, I appreciate that. And then go ahead and follow my page if you want to see more, newbie style content showing you guys the journey of learning how to grow this stuff. And if you don't think you can do it, go out there and look up my first episode on YouTube or something. And man, I had no idea what I was getting into. Definitely a lot of ups and downs since then, but yeah, let's throw that outro in there. Thank you guys all for coming. Have a great blessed evening.